What's up YouTube, this is Sean. I am back, and in this video we are going to be working on the shredder, at least the helmet. But here are my patterns printed out. I have a large format printer, so I'm able to do this on one single sheet. So we're going to start off with the main part of the helmet, which is the top part connected to the middle section, and then I'm going to take the bottom of the helmet and then connect it to the middle section. Then I'm gonna close up this little pie right here, and this will give me half of the helmet. Now I've already done the other half of the helmet, and I'm going to put these two together by doing the same thing I always do, using the surface of my table to make sure that my surfaces are lined up nice and smooth. Now I don't really think that's wax paper. I think that's like really smooth waxy paper, the kind of paper you get from, like, I don't know if you own a Cricut or you know somebody who's got a vinyl plotter, you know, and it comes with that one sheet, the backing sheet that they end up throwing away. Yeah, that's what that is. So here are the centerpiece for the mouth, and I'm gonna connect the top to the middle, and then I'm going to connect the bottom to the middle. Now these edges do have inward angle cuts, and when you connect them together, you're going to get an outward bevel just like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and attach the bottom piece. Easy peasy, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to take the mouthpiece and then attach it to the helmet. Now I started off by eyeballing it, and luckily I got it in the right spot. So I mean, you may need to move it up or down, but this seems like the sweet spot for me. And here it is with it all connected together. Now it's time for the tedious task of assembling the horn. I'm gonna start off by doing the center line. Now I normally do, like, you know, the outer pieces and then merge the center pieces together. But I tried that and it didn't work out too well, so I tried doing it this way, getting the center line attached together, and then start to fiddle around with the outer pieces. Now these edges, they all have like a hard inward angle cut. I usually do a slight inward angle cut, but since these angles basically have to fold in like more than 90 degrees, I did a hard angle cut, and even that wasn't enough. But luckily we're using EVA foam. It's got some flex to it, you know what I mean? And yeah, there'll be some times where you have to stretch and compress, but you want to make sure that you get like these side pieces. I don't really know what to call them, but you want to make sure you attach the pieces together the same way. Like, let's say you do the left horn, you want to make sure you follow the same routine when you do the right horn. That way your horns don't come out distorted and uneven, and then, you know, one's pointing west, the other one's pointing north, or whatever, you know. You want them to look symmetric. So you want to try to follow the same sequence that you did. Just do it like I'm doing it right now, because it worked for me. I mean, you know, it came out kind of crooked, but I also used some heat gun, or applied some heat to it from a heat gun, and, you know, it was able to mold itself straight, because it was kind of crooked, but I mean, straight enough for me. I mean, it's just cosplay, you know. Don't judge me. I ain't judging nobody. I ain't gonna judge you. So yeah, just do it like that, I guess. And then once you get all the pieces attached together, I'm gonna go back through and pinch all the edges, trying to make them nice and sharp. But even then, I couldn't get it like really smooth, so I eventually ended up having to sand, and I don't really like to sand. Now I'm gonna put the center of the top piece of that horn down. And, you know, I found it easier to attach like the tip right there so that way it doesn't flop all over the place, and then I just end up following through and squeezing down the middle, just kind of like that, and seemed to work out for me. Well, this was quite a tedious piece to make, but so far so groovy, and it's all coming together. I hope you're digging it, because I'm so digging it. Now, the lazy me would have said the edges were good enough, but the other me decides to go and sand one edge down, and we ended up sanding the whole piece. Now I'm going to use this cabinet liner for the mouthpiece. It kind of covers it up and it looks pretty cool. I ended up using that cabinet liner more later on in the video. I decided to go ahead and trim up these edges. And I put a thick coat of Mod Podge. I think I only did one coat, but I didn't even thin it down. And as soon as that one dried, I went in and applied a coat of black, maybe two, probably one. I mean, it's already black, so it's not like I can get any blacker with it. Then I airbrushed some silver. I used sterling silver. It's like acrylic paint, and got that from Walmart. Anytime you shoot anything metallic, whether it be silver or gunmetal, you want to shoot it on a black base. It always works out better, trust me. Now I had a couple of spots taped off, and it's because I wanted to make sure I can glue these spacer pieces on there. I wanted the horn to, like, you know, kind of stand off apart from the helmet just a little bit, and this thickness was just about right. I know you can see that little spacer right there, like the mohawk piece, but I mean, it's better than it dangling everywhere or bobbing everywhere or dancing. I don't know, wiggling. I guess you could say wiggle. But if somebody was to like point it out and say something, then just kindly unfriend them. Trust me, you don't need that kind of negativity. Now I'm going to use the rest of this cabinet liner. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm going to use some hot glue and just dab it on there, and try to make it as small as possible so that way it's not as noticeable. But I may need to come up with a better solution because I notice it and it's bothering me. I may need to just unfriend myself because I'm being pretty negative right now. You know what? I think super glue might work. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. But anyways, if this is what you're into, I mean, if this is what you're really into, then check the link in the description down below and you'll find the templates. Now, I'm currently working on the rest of the armor, and I'll be finishing up the Ninja Turtle video soon. So make sure you guys are subscribed. I mean, if you're not, if you don't want to, then just check back up on me later, you know. Unless you're considering subscribing, but you're not sure and you're afraid I'm going to be bothering you, then I won't. I promise I won't bother you. Unless you hit that notification bell, then you ask for it, you know. I'm just saying. But anyways, I guess that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.